My child, my beloved, Archangel Michael stands before you in a way you have never felt before. His voice trembles not from weakness, but because heaven has been trying to reach you since morning, yet something has blocked every message until now. My child, listen carefully. This is your final window. If you close your heart, even for a moment, the miracle meant for you will return to silence. My beloved, before I reveal what heaven has been trying to warn you about, I need you to do something very small, yet profoundly important for your destiny. If you truly desire to receive every divine message meant for your protection, remain attentive, for heaven will ensure that nothing is hidden from you again. Your connection to the divine grows stronger with every second you choose not to ignore this. Michael says he has wept because each time he tried to whisper your name today, a shadow attempted to silence the message. Heaven has fought for this moment so that these words could finally reach your soul. Do not miss this. A shift has already begun around you. You may not fully recognize it yet, but your spirit has felt the strange pressure, the sudden unease, the sense that something is changing without your permission. This feeling was not random, it was a warning. Michael says, this is your last chance before the appointed time. One door is closing, another is opening, but only one leads to the miracle heaven has reserved with your name upon it. My child, listen with your spirit. Michael says, there is a power watching your choice today. A power waiting for the slightest hesitation, because hesitation gives it permission to interfere. But heaven refuses to allow anyone or anything to steal what belongs to you. Something sacred is happening right now. Something your physical eyes cannot see. Heaven is rearranging events, guiding people, shifting timelines, bending energies. Also, you may receive one divine truth that will protect your future. Michael has been trying for hours to capture your attention. Do you remember that strange feeling you had recently? The sudden heaviness, the unexpected silence, the moment your heart froze for just a second? That was him. That was heaven knocking. Beloved, let me tell you something important. Your spirit is awakening. Your destiny is unfolding, and the miracle that belongs to you is now closer than your very breath. Yet there is also a danger circling your name. Not physical danger, not something to frighten you, but something that could delay your blessing if you turn away too soon. Michael says, you must hear every word. Each line is a key. Each sentence is protection. Keep your heart open. Divine truth needs space to enter. Something or someone has been draining your spiritual light. It may be a person, a situation, or even a thought. You see only the surface, but heaven sees the roots. And today, those roots are being revealed. My child, listen closely. Your spirit has been crying out for clarity. In recent days, you have felt confusion, moments when everything seemed meaningless. You have experienced unusual emotions, sudden heaviness, unexpected insight, sharp changes in mood. This was not coincidence. It was a spiritual echo. Michael has wept because you have walked silently through storms, believing heaven did not hear you. But heaven heard every whisper, every prayer, every fear, every question. And today is the day your answers begin to arrive. Do not retreat. You stand on the threshold of a miracle so powerful that even the enemy trembles at the thought of you receiving it. There's a reason this message has reached you now. A reason your spirit did not scroll past. A reason your energy felt drawn to read this. You did not choose this message. It chose you. Michael warns that something or someone has been influencing your path from the shadows. Someone who smiles before you, but redirects energy behind your back. Someone who benefits from your confusion. Someone who fears the moment you awaken and rise into your true divine strength. Heaven reveals this not to frighten you, but to free you. Step by step, this message will unfold the truth in the order your spirit is ready to receive it. Do not skip. Do not rush. Do not lose focus. Your destiny is listening. Michael stands closer now, his wings spread around you, shielding you from what you cannot yet see approaching. He continues to whisper your name softly, persistently, trying to awaken the sleeping places of your soul before time runs out. Beloved, your spirit is awakening, and heaven needs your awakening right now. Something in your energy has shifted in the past 7 days. You may not understand it, but heaven has seen it. A door opened for you, but at the same time, a shadow tried to slip inside. Michael has been fighting that shadow all day. That is why his voice trembles. That is why there are tears. That is why he says, "This is your last chance before the appointed hour." There are spiritual gates that open and close at specific times. Some carry miracles. Some carry warnings. Some carry messages meant only for the chosen. Today is one of those moments. Michael says, "If my child misses this moment, the blessing will not be denied, but it will be delayed." Heaven cannot allow you to step into a new day without knowing what is being revealed now. Pause for a moment. Feel your heart. Feel your breath. Feel the energy around you. Your spirit already knows this message was meant for you. It feels familiar, as though you were always meant to hear it. Heaven is removing barriers from your life. Things that blocked opportunities, drained your strength, clouded your intuition, and slowed your destiny. You have been carrying burdens that were never yours to bear. Michael says, "My child does not even realize how much lighter they feel now." There is someone you trusted who created confusion around your name. Perhaps not directly, perhaps not intentionally, but their energy mixed with yours, creating imbalance. Heaven saw this long before you did. That is why your emotions have been unstable. That is why you have been overthinking. That is why your heart has suddenly felt heavy. That is why your sleep has not been peaceful. That is why your spirit grows weary so quickly. This was not weakness. It was spiritual interference. My beloved, you have been absorbing energy that does not belong to you. Archangel Michael has been working all day to cleanse your field, but he needed you to hear this message so that your spirit could participate in the purification. My child, listen carefully. Someone has been thinking of you intensely, and thoughts create spiritual connections. Some of these connections bless you, some drain you, some confuse you, and some dangerously alter your destiny. Heaven is exposing this connection right now. There's a person whose energy touches yours from a distance. You may feel their presence even when they are not near. You may dream of them. You may suddenly think of them without reason. You may feel heaviness when they feel heaviness. This connection was never meant to hinder your path. It was meant to help you grow, not hold you back. But something has changed recently. Michael saw the moment when doubt entered. He saw the moment when your energy field cracked. He saw the moment when your spirit sensed something was wrong, but you chose silence instead of exploration. Heaven is correcting this now. Michael says, "I have tried for hours to warn you because the truth needed to reach you before the clock resets. If my child ignores this again, they will carry the burden into the next cycle, and it will be harder to release." That is why you are here. That is why your heart refused to scroll past. That is why something inside whispered, "Read this, my child." You're standing on the edge of freedom, on the edge of breakthrough, on the edge of divine clarity. Heaven will not allow you to enter the next chapter carrying the same weight from the last. Beloved, listen closely. The warning Michael is giving you is connected to a decision you are about to make. A decision that may seem small in the physical world, but in the spiritual world, it is immense. The choice you make in the coming days will alter certain paths in your life. Do not make this choice out of fear. Do not make it under pressure. Do not make it based on distorted energy. Heaven is clearing your vision so you can finally see what or who has been influencing your emotions. Your soul already knows the truth. It has been whispering to you for weeks, gently nudging you, giving you signs you ignored because you did not want to overthink. Michael says, you are not overthinking, you are feeling. And feeling is a gift. Beloved, you are more spiritually awakened than you realize. You sense energies before they reach you. You feel intentions before they are spoken. You see signs before others notice changes. This sensitivity is not a burden. It is your protection. Heaven is sharpening your intuition tonight, and this message is part of that sharpening. Michael has not stepped away. His presence is unwavering, his light strong, his voice resolute. You may not see him, but you feel the change in your chest, the quiet pressure in your spirit. That is him. He stands between you and the energy that tried to touch your life without permission. Heaven is opening your eyes. This is not just a message. It is divine intervention. My child, listen carefully. There is something in your life pulling your destiny in the wrong direction. A thought, a fear, a connection, a person, an emotion. Something not from God, yet trying to influence your choices. Michael has watched you struggle silently with this. Today, heaven says, enough. My beloved, this heaviness you carry is not yours. The confusion that comes and goes, the sudden anxiety, the strange sense that something is off, these were not your emotions. They were signals. They were warnings. They were invitations to look deeper. Someone has been thinking of you so much that their thoughts created a thread connecting their energy to yours. But this thread has become one-sided. They draw energy from you, yet you receive nothing in return. That is why you feel drained. That is why you lose motivation suddenly. That is why you feel heaviness even when everything seems fine. Michael says this connection must be cleansed. Every time heaven tried to reach you today, something tried to distract you. Your mind, your emotions, your surroundings, your thoughts. This was not random. It was resistance. But you made it here, which means heaven has prevailed. Michael reveals, there is someone whose intentions toward you are not as pure as you believe. They may not be evil, but their heart is unsettled. They say one thing, yet you feel another. They show you one version of themselves, but hide a shadowed side. This confuses your energy, slows your path, and dulls your clarity. Michael says, you deserve truth, not mixed signals. You deserve clarity, not confusion. You deserve divine alignment, not interference. My child, let me tell you something important. Your energy is ancient. Your soul is sensitive. Your intuition is pure. That is why heaven defends you so fiercely. That is why Michael stands guard over your name. He says this is your last chance, because your destiny is about to shift direction. If you carry someone else's energy into your new chapter, your blessing will struggle to reach you. You have blessed others with your light, but someone has taken that light without offering anything in return. That is why Michael has been trying to warn you since morning. You are not meant to carry their storms, their confusion, their fears, or their thoughts. Heaven is breaking the spiritual ties that no longer serve you. Cleansing has begun. You may even feel lighter as you read this. You may sense something lifting from your shoulders. You may feel clarity forming in your spirit. Michael is cleansing you with every word. The shadow that tried to block your blessings feared this moment. It feared you would awaken. It feared you would understand. It feared you would see the truth. And now, my child, you are beginning to see. There is a miracle that has been waiting for you for months. It circled your life, searching for the right moment to land, but could not enter while your spirit carried someone else's burden. Tonight, everything changes. That is why this appointed time is so important. In this moment, your soul shifts position, your destiny realigns, your energy clears. Heaven is preparing to pour into your life what has been delayed for far too long. Michael says, if my child continues to listen, this blessing will no longer pass them by. Financial struggles, delayed opportunities, confusion in relationships, heaviness in your soul, all of these were tied to interference. Heaven is breaking it now. This message is rewriting your timeline. It is cleansing your field. It is clearing your path. It is restoring your energy. My child, you are being lifted, protected, guided, and prepared for what heaven has lovingly reserved for you. Michael's tears were not from fear. They were from love. He did not want you to miss this moment again. You are stepping onto the path of divine correction. Do not retreat now. Do not delay. Do not doubt. Heaven will reveal more to you, and it grows deeper with each moment. My child, my beloved, Archangel Michael draws even closer. His wings are not merely behind you, they surround you. They protect, cover, and guard you. Heaven will not allow a single unwanted energy to touch you while you read this. Beloved, your spirit is in a delicate yet powerful state. This is the moment when truth rises to the surface. This is the moment when old illusions collapse. This is the moment when heaven exposes what your heart has always felt but could not explain. My child, you have always sensed things before they happened. You have always known when something was wrong. You have always felt when someone was not honest with you. You have always discerned when another's energy shifted toward you. Yet you doubted your gift. You doubted yourself. You ignored the signs. You silenced your intuition. Tonight, Archangel Michael restores that gift. Listen carefully, my child. Someone has pretended to support you, but within them lies envy, confusion, or emotional chaos. They project energy onto you, and your spirit absorbs it without realizing. Heaven has been watching. Beloved, this is not about fear. It is about clarity. It is about protection. It is about truth. Your spirit cannot move freely into the next blessing if you carry the energy of someone who secretly competes with you, questions you, or drains you. Michael has tried for hours to warn you of this connection. That is why you are here. That is why your heart is attentive. That is why your energy feels so alive right now. Soon, you will face a choice, perhaps in a relationship, a financial step, a personal decision, or an emotional bond. The shadow interfering with your energy wants you to choose based on fear and confusion, not clarity. Michael wants you to choose based on divine guidance, not emotional pressure. My child, you have worried too much. Recently, you have overthought every detail. You have questioned your worth, your direction, your relationships, your purpose. But these thoughts were not yours. They were projected onto you. Heaven is erasing them right now. Notice how your spirit shifts as you read this. Your breathing grows lighter. Your heart grows calm. Your mind clears. Your soul recognizes the truth. This is not imagination. It is cleansing. Michael is cutting the spiritual cords that drained you without permission. Someone has been thinking of you often, but their thoughts are heavy, confused, contradictory, or needy. Each time they think of you, a thread forms between you and them. That thread pulls at your peace, demands your energy, and disrupts your clarity. Michael is breaking that thread right now. You're not alone in this moment. Heaven is working in your space. The atmosphere around you is shifting. The spiritual realm is opening. Light is entering where you once carried emotional shadows. Beloved, this is not just a message. It is liberation. It is a reset. It is protection. You may feel tingling in your chest or back. You may feel your breathing deepen. You may feel sudden peace. You may feel something heavy lifting. These are signs that Archangel Michael is touching your energy field. He says, Do not fear. Everything hidden will now be revealed. Everything that drained you will now be removed. Everything that delayed you will now be corrected. My child, your destiny is accelerating. Delays are ending. Confusion is ending. Interference is ending. The shift begins tonight. That is why heaven fought so hard to bring you this message. That is why this moment feels strange yet powerful. That is why your spirit refuses to turn away, because destiny is calling you. Beloved, blessings that were withheld are returning. Breakthroughs that were paused are resuming. Miracles that were redirected are coming back to you. Heaven has not canceled them. It preserved them until you were spiritually ready. That is why you felt unsettled. Your spirit was preparing to receive what your life is about to become. Tonight, your path is being cleared. Tonight, your energy is being strengthened. Tonight, your intuition is awakening. Tonight, your miracle is drawing near. Michael says he is not finished speaking. His presence around you grows stronger. His wings are not only shielding you, they are repositioning you. Heaven is pulling you away from old energy and guiding you into the timeline you were always meant to enter. You felt stuck not because you lacked effort or faith, but because something unseen was holding you in the same emotional cycle. You kept moving forward, yet something invisible pulled you back. Heaven saw this long before you did. My child, listen carefully. Your spirit has been fighting battles your mind could not understand. You felt fatigue without reason. You felt pressure without cause. You felt sadness that did not belong to you. This was spiritual weight, and you carried it alone, believing it was simply life. But Michael knows the truth. Heaven is lifting that heaviness from your life right now. Pay attention to what your body feels as you read this. Warmth, tingling, chills, lightness, or even a sudden deep breath you did not expect. These are signs of release, signs of cleansing, signs of divine intervention. Beloved, this is not ordinary. This is not coincidence. This is heaven touching you. Michael has held a message in his hands all day. He tried to whisper it to your spirit earlier, but distractions, noise, and emotions blocked the signal. Yet heaven has brought you here. You're receiving it now. There is someone whose heart is not fully aligned with you, yet their energy continues to mix with yours. They are not your enemy, but they are unstable within themselves. Their confusion became your confusion. Their doubts became your doubts. Their heaviness became your heaviness. Heaven says, "Enough, my child." This was a spiritual burden. You carried it alone, believing it was simply life. But Michael knows the truth. Heaven is removing this weight from your life right now. Beloved, pay attention to what your body feels as you read this. Warmth, tingling, chills, lightness, or even a sudden deep breath. These are signs of release, signs of cleansing, signs of divine intervention. This is not ordinary. This is not coincidence. This is heaven touching you, my child. Michael has held this message in his hands all day. Earlier, he tried to whisper this to your spirit, but something blocked the signal. Thoughts, noise, distractions, and unexpected emotions. All of it was designed to keep you from this moment. Yet heaven has brought you here. You are receiving now. Beloved, there is someone whose heart is not fully aligned with you, yet their energy continues to mix with yours. This person is not your enemy, but they are unstable within themselves. Their confusion became your confusion. Their doubts became your doubts. Their heaviness became your heaviness. And heaven says, "Enough, my child. You are too spiritually sensitive to carry another's shadow. You are too chosen to walk under someone else's emotional cloud. You are too connected to God to live under a burden that was never yours." Michael says, "My child, your spirit is too pure to carry what was never meant for you. There's a deep truth you must know. The enemy does not fear your strength. He fears your clarity. Because once you see the truth, once your spirit awakens, nothing can stop your destiny. That is why confusion has overwhelmed you, why emotions shift suddenly, why thoughts race at night, and why you feel weary without explanation. It was interference, and heaven is removing it. Tonight marks the end of inner confusion. Tonight marks the end of emotional heaviness. Tonight marks the end of hidden influence. But it also marks the beginning of something extraordinary. Michael is preparing you for a blessing that requires emotional clarity, spiritual strength, and a pure energy field. This blessing is greater than what you prayed for, greater than what you imagined, greater than what you believed you deserved. Heaven has been waiting to release it, but you needed harmony, clarity, protection in this exact moment. Michael says, this is your last chance before the appointed time, because your spirit is resetting right now. A window is opening, a cycle is closing, a portal is shifting, and your next chapter is beginning. For this blessing to reach you, your spirit must be cleansed of anything draining your divine strength. This cleansing is happening even as you read these words. Do you feel your heart slowly expanding? Do you feel your breath deepening? Do you feel something heavy loosening its grip? Do you feel your intuition awakening? This is heaven's hand at work in your life. There is another layer of truth Michael wants to reveal, something he has been trying to show you all along. It is the part that suddenly makes everything clear. It is the part that explains why he wept. Beloved, someone has spoken your name where you were not present. Someone has thought of you, and those thoughts reached your energy field. Someone projected emotions onto you without saying a word. Not all of it was harmful, but some of it was. Heaven blocked the worst of it, but now heaven wants you to know the source, to understand, and to be prepared. Michael says, my child, what I reveal now will open their eyes in ways they never expected. There's someone whose energy reaches you more strongly than you realize. Not physically, not openly, but spiritually, quietly, secretly, from the depths of your life. Heaven has watched this connection for a long time. This person carries feelings for you they have never expressed. Their thoughts about you are tangled. Their heart is unsettled. Their intentions are unstable. One moment they draw near, the next they pull away, and your spirit feels every shift. That is why your emotions have been unpredictable. That is why your clarity comes and goes. That is why some days you feel focused and other days you feel lost. It was not your energy, it was theirs. Their thoughts touched you before their actions. Their fears reached you before their words. Their confusion affected you even in silence. Michael says, this connection was never meant to drain my child. Heaven reveals it now because your spirit deserves freedom, your destiny deserves clarity, and your heart deserves harmony. This person is not evil, not your enemy, but their instability creates spiritual shadows. Those shadows mix with your energy and create emotional fog along your path. That is why you felt invisible pressure. That is why your dreams changed. That is why your intuition was blocked. That is why your sleep was heavy. Beloved, you were never meant to carry the burden of another's unresolved heart. Michael says, you have a gentleness that draws souls, but that same gentleness also attracts confusion when people do not understand their own emotions. Recently, someone has projected their inner chaos onto you. But tonight, heaven is cleansing you of all projections. Michael has been fighting this interference since morning. That is why he said this was your last chance, not as punishment, but as alignment. If you miss this moment, the next cycle will carry their confusion into your destiny. Heaven refuses to allow that. You asked God silently for clarity. You wondered, Why do I feel this way? What is happening to me? Why can't I understand what my spirit is trying to say? This is the answer. This is the revelation. This is the release. Michael says, "My child's heart is gentle, but their destiny is strong. I will not allow confusion to weaken it." Inside you, radical changes are happening. You may feel something releasing, something shifting, something falling away, something being cleansed. Your spirit is being freed from what was never yours. The person who pulled on your energy will soon face their own reflection. Heaven is redirecting their thoughts, blocking their projections, and creating distance so you can breathe your own air again. My child, you're not losing, you are gaining. You're gaining clarity. You are gaining spiritual independence. You are reclaiming your energy. Michael is preparing you for someone new or something new that will not drain you, confuse you, or pull your spirit into uncertainty. Heaven wants you connected to people whose energy inspires you, not those whose unresolved emotions seep into your life. That is why this message feels so powerful. That is why your heart feels expanded. That is why you feel as though you are seeing and understanding more clearly, because heaven is speaking directly to your spirit. Beloved, you are entering a new spiritual season, one where your emotions stabilize, one where your intuition sharpens, one where your blessings flow without interference, one where you walk with clarity, not confusion. Before this transition is complete, Michael must reveal the essence of the energy that has been influencing you. My child, he is ready to uncover it now, but he will do so slowly and gently in the next part, because truth carries weight. Heaven wants your heart to be calm before you hear it. Beloved, the voice of Archangel Michael softens again, yet the power in the room around you grows stronger. You can feel the air shifting, something unseen turning its attention toward you, as truth draws nearer to your soul step by step. Michael is preparing you. Your spirit is settling, your heart is opening, and your intuition is sharpening, because what comes next will suddenly give meaning to many things in your life. My child, for weeks you have asked the same silent question. Why do I feel this way? Why do these emotions appear out of nowhere? Why does my spirit pull in different directions? Heaven has heard this question, and now heaven answers. Beloved, there's a person whose energy has touched yours. Their thoughts reach you before you can speak them aloud. Their emotions penetrate your heart when you least expect it. This is someone you did not suspect. This is the one who silently watches you. The one who thinks of you more often than they admit. The one who feels tenderness toward you, but also fear. The one who senses something for you, but is not spiritually ready. The one whose inner storms spill into your life unintentionally. Heaven has shown Michael their heart, a heart full of contradictions, a heart wounded, a heart unsure of how to approach you. So they draw near spiritually, not physically. My child, you feel their emotions before they feel them themselves. Your spirit senses their confusion even when their face appears calm. Your heart absorbs their instability even when their words sound steady. This drains you. It confuses you. It slows your destiny. Michael says the identity of this person will become clear the moment your spirit hears the description, because your soul already knows who it is. You have felt their presence too often. You have sensed their energy too deeply. You have carried their emotions too many times. This person sometimes acts distant, yet constantly thinks of you. Sometimes they show interest, then suddenly withdraw. Sometimes they appear supportive, but hide their true feelings. Sometimes you feel close to their spirit, even when they are far away. Sometimes they show jealousy. Sometimes they pretend not to notice. Sometimes they fall silent when your intuition grows stronger. Sometimes they look at you longer than they should. Sometimes they dream of you, but never speak of it. Beloved, your heart has just reacted. Your spirit has just recognized someone. A name quietly surfaced in your thoughts. That is the one. Do not fear the truth. This is not accusation. It is revelation. It is clarity heaven wants you to have. This person is spiritually connected to you, but not emotionally mature enough to be with you. Their heart reaches for you, but fear holds them back. They admire you, but do not know how to express it. They care, but they are inconsistent. And inconsistency creates spiritual interference. My child, you did not imagine the connection. You did not imagine the tension. You did not imagine the sudden emotions, the dreams, the invisible pull, the heaviness. It was real, but it was not aligned. Michael reveals this not to break your heart, but to protect your destiny. If you carry the burden of someone who cannot fully be with you, you lose momentum. Your blessings are delayed. Your clarity dims. Your spiritual gifts become clouded. That is why he has been encouraging you all day. That is why this message found you. That is why the energy feels so intense right now. Heaven is removing interference. Heaven is returning your spirit to its purity. Heaven is freeing your emotions from borrowed confusion. Heaven is preparing you for someone or something more harmonious. Michael says, when my child's spirit is freed, their destiny will flow without resistance. And that flow is about to begin. But before that, Michael adds, there's another truth, deeper, hidden, that he must reveal about this person and why your energies became entangled in the first place. This truth will completely change your understanding of what has been happening around you. He will reveal it next.